So let's talk about Kroger. Here in Arizona, we have Fry's. Fry's is owned by Kroger, so they're the local Kroger store. Last week, Wednesday, I went in to a Fry's store. I'm not going to tell you where and dox myself, but somewhere in the greater Phoenix area. And when I went in there, everything looked like it was brand new. Now, overall, this is one of the better Fry's stores that are in the Phoenix area. It's not at the top end, it's not at the bottom end, but it's a decent store. But everything looked amazing. So, right up in front, they have the produce department. And just in walking through produce, all of the potatoes are lined up exactly in the same direction. And all of the parsley, we buy parsley for our rabbits right now because I haven't been able to grow any at the moment. So we buy parsley for them. And it's all just lined up all so neat. And each bundle of it is like the same size. And all of the areas where the bags and the ties are, the rolls of bags are brand new and the ties are full. And I'm like, the store hasn't looked this way anytime I've been in here. What's going on? So I take a closer look, and at the other end of the produce department, there's a bunch of bigwigs from Kroger's C suite, all taking a tour of the store with all of the store managers just following like little puppy dogs, telling them what they want to see. And this whole thing continues as we go throughout the store. The group moves through and they're looking at this and that, pointing at this and that, and all these people are in tow taking notes. And another amazing thing, the store is incredibly stocked. Now, if you're a human being and you've been into any kind of a store in the last couple of years, you know that a fully stocked store is not something that you've seen. You know that there's outages everywhere, that certain items that you want to get, you can't get. All of a sudden, there are no outages. Everything is there. Meat cases full of everything that you want. The dry goods, pastas, which have been hard to get around here sometimes, fully stocked. All sorts of canned goods. You need dairy, it's there. The egg case, full. Egg case, not only have eggs been expensive, it's been like empty. It was stocked, fully stocked. And you're like, wow, are all of the Kroger's, all the Fry's this way now? Did they suddenly get it fixed? Well, of course they didn't. Before I started working for myself, I spent a lot of time in corporate America. I've said this before. I worked and ran multi-million dollar businesses. I know what happened. This was a dog and pony show. This was the bigwigs coming in, and everything was done at all the levels to impress them. They put extra labor into that store to prep it and get everything looking just so. They sent extra shipments to that store to make sure it was stocked. The sad truth, when I went back in Saturday, all of those changes were undone. The produce was in its normal disarray. Bags and ties in that area weren't stocked. The meat case was spotty at best with its stocking. Holes had reemerged in the aisles with the dry goods, and it wasn't as clean. So how can this be? Well, what it is you have executives that run these corporations, and I'm calling out Kroger via Fry's in this rant, but this happens all across corporate America. And I know it because I saw it way back 15, 20 years ago when I was doing it. And it's unfortunate to see that nothing has changed. These bigwigs from the executive suites at all of these big corporations love to have their rear ends kissed. They want to go into these stores and feel great about themselves and see how lovely things look, how nice it is stocked, how beautiful their stores are. And they'll still find reasons, by the way, to rip apart that store's management. They won't compliment them, trust me. They'll tell them all the things that they're doing wrong. But all this effort went into prepping this store for what was probably no more than a 2-hour visit tops by a bunch of executives, when people who go into the store once or twice a week, like we do, never get this level of treatment. We never see the store that well stocked, that well organized, that well staffed. Never. It was done for the benefit of those in charge, not the benefit of those who ultimately pay the salary of those in charge. Corporate America, I'm a capitalist. I love you, but you are so lost when it comes to stuff like this. And the thing is, too, these executives know that it's happening. They're not dumb, but they like having their butts kissed. And if you ask them why they allow it to happen, because I've asked them before when I was in it, the response you get is something along the lines of, well, it's good that this happens because that means the store is clean and organized and it probably needed it anyways. Are you seriously friggin' kidding me? It should always be this way. If you're not holding people to a standards of a clean store that's stocked neatly and well staffed, then you don't deserve your job, big wig executive. You simply don't. Because I'm ultimately the one paying your salary by going into the store. And if you can't present me with the same quality of store that you expected on every day, then your job is a farce. You are a farce. If you can't deliver what you expect for yourself, if you can't deliver that to me, then you don't deserve to have your job. And probably you don't deserve to have my business either. Quite honestly, this is one of the reasons why I indicated at the beginning of the video that ultimately the producer wife and I are going to move to a place with land, as we want to be more self-sustaining. I don't want to rely on these places, but it's a lot of it is because of stuff like this. I don't like the way people are treated. And you're treating your customers poorly if you're presenting a substandard store, but then expecting something totally different, dear executive, when you come in and visit. And again, I'm calling out Kroger slash fries here, but this happens all across corporate America when it comes to retail and other businesses too. Everybody cleans up and makes things perfect to kiss the rear ends of the bigwigs. And it's insane and it's stupid and it's wrong. I'm honestly curious how many stores they had to short on merchandise that week to be able to stock this one. How many people went without finding the basics that they needed at their local fries store because it all got directed here so it would be better stocked? It's pathetic. It's sad. It has to stop. Unfortunately, I don't know that it's going to. Because again, when I was in it 2 decades ago, it was happening. I was calling it out. Nothing changed, though. Ultimately, the bigwigs who were above me just simply started hating me because I was calling them out on it. So, a lot of good it did me. But this behavior, it reads like North Korea. It's like the Kim Jong Un of Fry's corporate or Kroger corporate coming into the store and everybody going, "Oh, dear leader, look at all these things that we have done. Look at how beautiful this is." And all of it's fake. That's a totalitarian state. That's not a proper business.